So we have so much important things to talk about today. Be sure to drop a like. What I'm seeing so far, this seems to be one of the biggest coins. I just wanted to read this first out there. Some very important news today, so be sure to watch until the end. This project is truly beyond. I don't think people quite recognize the magnitude that it's becoming a behemoth, Mesdonic. The SHIB army has literally shut down Binance and Coinbase Pro due to the demand. And it just tells you that Shiba Inu is simply going to be exploding pretty much soon. Don't you get it? Do you see what's coming? And we're seeing, big updates. The suits and Bitcoins are looking down on Shiba Inu, waving their noses in the air. Let them. It gives them more time for the little guy to buy in. As an army, we need all the sources we can get. Little do they know this is an absolute monster in sheep's clothing, and something big is coming. Now the CEO has also responded. How soon until Voyager start paying interest on Shiba Inu? So this was, made by Rebecca Grant, who has 160k followers from Fox Sports. And we can see here Satoshi, the CEO, just doing, a thinking emoji over here. And I think this tells you that there's some big updates. Now, we already saw this Shiba Certic AMA June 29th. You can get a lot of coins for the top 3 questions. And I think this tells you that we're going to be seeing much more in the future. So what I definitely do know here, however, is that we are going to be having some massive updates in the following days. And even one of the biggest exchanges out there, Voyager, paying attention to Shiba Inu, actually adopting Shiba Inu as their baby and going in, because there's a lot of Shiba Inu holders, new ones, and they basically adopted it from what I'm seeing so far. Seeing it maybe on NASCAR as a sticker would bring a lot of new viewers, actually, because Dogecoin has actually sponsored NASCAR. But here, we would see Shiba Inu being on it for free. So when do I start accepting SHIB as a payment for my upcoming startup? And the CEO has actually retweeted this. I think it's very possible that a lot of new companies are coming in, especially startups, and accepting SHIB. It's possible to have a big burn, for example, more than 70% tokens, or it would be possible to actually get to $1 or 10 cents mark. So I think, even without the burn, we can easily reach 1 cent pretty easily. So now the China Bitcoin crackdown is actually fantastic news for crypto, but that says blockchain CEO. And I think this tells you that the China crackdown does not stop anything. It's actually fantastic. After China announced that it will begin ramping its efforts to restrict the mining of crypto, now the price of Bitcoin fell down to 30,000 earlier this week, trading a value not since the turn of this new year. The cryptocurrency has rebounded slightly, now holding at a level just above 32,000. Though the news and subsequent crashes may have caused short-term headaches in the crypto market, and yes, a lot of our wallets, have fallen down by 70%, which is, still regainable. I think it's actually fantastic news for a Bitcoin ecosystem, said Peter Smith, blockchain.com CEO, and you're going to see diversification of mining operations around the world. And why is this exactly a good thing? We've seen that trend over the last 2 years as large miners are built in Europe, the US, and a variety of other geographic locations, but that trend is going to accelerate hard now. So Smith cited the growing concern of Bitcoin mining becoming too highly concentrated in mainland China as a reason for positive outlook on the crackdown. He predicts that over the next 3 to 4 years, and that's when Shiba Inu's growth is crucial, will yield a net positive for crypto as mining firms sell off their Bitcoin and move their operation overseas. Chinese mining firms have already begun planning to shift their businesses abroad, with companies eyeing countries ranging from the US to Kazakhstan. According to Chris Zhu, owner of Chinese mining service platform IMBCC, approximately 10 to 20% of miners in China have already initiated their move. So we spent around 10 days getting to Sichuan, only for operations to stop there too, and it's going to be tough to continue there. So I think what we're going to be seeing is what the implications of Beijing's restriction on mining will have in terms of environmental, social, and governments. Smith believes that this is not available information to make a judgment call. This could be very good news, and we could be seeing Shiba Inu and Bitcoin increase. According to him, the vast majority of mining operations being built today are powered by some form of clean energy. You're going to see mining companies start to disclose where they're getting their energy, and then Elon Musk will actually come forward and say, now you can pay, with crypto for Tesla. And that's super exciting. For the most part, Bitcoin mines are powered in places where there's really low energy cost. Crypto mining's issues surrounding social impact need to be figured out before large asset managers begin significant investment campaigns. Ultimately, he believes that this will happen once more data is made public regarding energy sourcing and consumption by mining operation. The ECG problem, though, is that you need to solve over the next 5 years as you start to bring bigger and bigger funds into space. So I don't think that it was institutions selling because they suddenly realized that there's ECG concerns. I think it just kind of caps what institutions could come into the space until that's solved. So I think new institutions are going to be starting to invest into Bitcoin, which is super exciting. But if we go back to Shiba Inu, there's still a lot of institutions that could be investing into Shiba Inu. And we heard you, Shiba Army. You want investor to SHIB token on land consist NASCAR. And, they're doing the big promo marketing, which is something I already talked about, but new updates. SHIB Army, we need your help. Our community manager, Kat from Discord, is now on Twitter, and they're actively hunting down SHIB scams. So you really got to be careful here. I already talked a lot about SHIB scams, and I just wanted to be, extra careful when going on any sites, and there's so many out there. Please drop them a follow so we can show the true collective power of the SHIB Army and eliminate any SHIB scams we find. And great move. There's so many to be forward over to Kat. Any scams we stumble across. And yes, the SHIB team has replied, yes, please highlight to Kat on Twitter, on our Discord. We can work together to get them taken down. And as we can see, a lot of bigger Shiba Inu operations are going to be happening after the blockchain, after the Shiba swap release. Actually, Opera coming in announcing support for stable coins in its crypto wallet app, and they have added based stable coins for the list of supported assets in its wallet app. And we can see here that we choose to integrate CSDC Euro as our first stablecoin, as a large part of our user base lives in the market like Africa, the Philippines, and Latam. And I think this makes it a huge adoption where, access to financial services such as a cash out option is limited, fiat and volatility can be challenging, and remittance costs can be high. Cell makes this possible with just a mobile phone number. So right now, Opera coming in, this is like the Google you do not use. But I think it's very important that you can see that big companies, big institutions are coming back into Bitcoin. And Bitcoin could definitely be the next currency. In the next 10 years, it could be one of the biggest things so far. And I definitely think the world is changing and the demand for crypto is coming larger and larger. Opera became the first major web browser to create a native crypto wallet, releasing the product on Android mobile operating system in December 2018. And then they're slowly expanding. But also, NFTs are being made for popular artists so far. And I think this is just the start of something big. Now, where's the petition? Might as well go on Venmo. And there's a lot of petitions going to be going on. And a lot of these big, partnerships for Shiba Inu are going to be happening. So, for example, Venmo would be super exciting because buy your first crypto with a little as $1. And if they accept, Shiba Inu on Venmo, that will seriously increase the prices for Shiba Inu once again. So, not only did we get listed on Coinbase, not only will we potentially get listed in Robinhood in the future, but we will also could be listed on, PayPal, maybe Amazon, maybe Venmo. And that's when the big money comes rolling in. That's when we reach 1 cent. Stay strong out there, SHIB Army, and see you until next time. Peace, everyone. Be sure to drop a like. Thank you.